And Scotland need a response tonight after the drubbing at the hands of Germany. We're underway. Scotland kick off. They're all in blue with yellow trim on the shirts and shorts. John McGinn receiving the ball from kick-off has played it long and right and out for a throw to Switzerland. They are all in white. If Scotland, can get themselves a couple of wins in the last two games, then they're looking very, very good, obviously, for the last 16. But 4 points should be enough as well, at the very least, for a best third-place team, as it has been in the last couple of Euros. Kieran Tierney, early chase back into his own half, covers the run of Dan and Doy, and he was actually knocked to the floor there. So our Slovakian referee tonight has given Scotland their first free kick. 45 seconds in, Pat Nevin.
Very noticeable what Scotland did with the kick-off. Took the kick-off, put it right into the opposite corner and pushed up. Against Germany, it was about 10 minutes before we got that far up the park. Just the psychology of pushing the opposition back right at the start and getting yourselves a wee bit further up the field.
Can't hear yourself think at the moment inside this stadium in Cologne. Angus Gunn with the goal kick down the right hand side. Ralston leaps, beaten in the air, and it goes out for a throw into Scotland on the right. Gunn's in goal, three centre backs. Jack Hendry. Grant Hanley has come into the team for the suspended Ryan Porteous after his red card against Germany, and Kieran Tierney again the left-sided centre back. Anthony Ralston and Andy Robertson the two wing backs. Billy Gilmore comes in tonight for Ryan Christie. He's alongside Callum McGregor in central midfield. McTominay, McGinn in support of Shay Adams wearing the number 10, and on the move through the middle as Scotland win a throw in an attacking position. Taken quickly by Robertson down the left. The ball bounces twice, reaches McGinn, and he knocks it into the legs of Manuel Akanji to win Scotland a corner.
I mean, the noise is just in a corner there for Scotland. What is noticeable, obviously, Scotland they're shooting into the side where the Swiss fans mostly are. But even that, winning a corner there, the burst of noise you got from those Scotland fans, the Swiss aren't liking it, are they?
Corner for Scotland, away to our right. Slight pause, referee's happy, low delivery, bouncing ball into the near post. Gilmore got a touch, he was half tackled. Switzerland appeal for a handball, and the referee decides that is a throw into Scotland right down by that corner flag as they attack wide on the left.
That bounce just in front of him was Shane Warne at his best, wasn't it? He tried to control it and it just went a right angle away. Scotland have got the throw in, still up the field. That's a decent start for Scotland.
Kieran Tierney has the white match ball, multicolours of the Euros dotted all over it in triangular form in his hands, wipes it on his shirt, runs to the touchline and slings the throw in into the Swiss penalty area. Xhaka up to head it away. McGregor plays it out to Tierney. Tierney's cross is blocked at close range by Vidmer. Tierney's header reaches Shay Adams. Couple of touches inside the Swiss box, and Scotland win another corner. The Andy Robertson cross is blocked.
Well, I suppose the first thing you ask a team that's had a bad defeat is start on the front foot if you can. You know, try and make an impression in the game, ask questions of the defence of the opposition. Scotland have done that. It's early days yet. Got up 2 or 3 corners already, so they can be quite happy. The delivery wasn't good enough in the last corner. We should see if this is much better.
Lyndon Dykes has rejoined us. We'll get thoughts from him in a second. Current Scottish centre-forward obviously would absolutely love to be out there right now. As the Scottish corner comes in, and it's caught by Jan Sommer, swerving over the head of Hanley. Good clean catch, and Sommer rolls it out into the Swiss half. Granit Xhaka driving forward, left-footed ball through the middle. It's beyond Vargas, and Angus Gunn is able to collect it inside his box. So let's say a good evening once again to Lyndon. 4 minutes in, Lyndon. Decent start by Scotland.
Great start. You've seen from the kick-off there, they want to put the pressure on straight away. Got it up the pitch, body's up high, energy's high, and it's been good to get a couple corners early doors for a bit of confidence. And we're looking very threatening.
Here's Hanley, clears with his right foot. Good leap by Ralston. Adams had come for the header as well, so the flick-on went beyond him. And Michel Aebischer, who was so impressive for Switzerland in the first game, starting wide left again in their 3-4-2-1. Plays the ball into the heart of the Swiss midfield, and now it's driven long by Fabien Schär down the right-hand side. Ndoye against Tierney. Tierney wins that battle, clears on the half volley, high in the air, and out for a Swiss throw. Coming up to 5 minutes gone, Scotland 0, Switzerland 0.
Noticeable that Kieran Tierney there reading it very, very well on the left-hand side, and just a few moments before he did exactly the same on the right-hand side. So the Scotland players, the back three that Scotland have got, they understand they need to cover each other Tierney very good in the first couple of minutes.
Scotland looking switched on and very much up for the challenge, which is exactly, I think, what everyone expected. Jack Hendry wins it on the halfway line. Little Billy Gilmore, short pass to McGregor, back to Hanley, misplaced pass, intercepted by Vargas. He overruns it. McGregor steps in to sort it out for Scotland and plays it back to Gunn, the goalkeeper, on his left foot. Clears up to the halfway line. John McGinn is shoved over by Fabian Schär. Free kick for Scotland. Here's the Swiss team very quickly for you before more thoughts from Pat. Jan Sommer of Inter Milan in goal. Schär, Akanji, Ricardo Rodriguez, their three centre-backs. Sylvain Widmer of Mainz, wide on the right. Aebischer on the left. Remo Freuler, Nottingham Forest player on loan last season at Bologna, who had such a good season in Serie A alongside Granit Xhaka, winning his 127th cap for his country tonight. Dan Ndoye and Ruben Vargas in support of Xherdan Shaqiri, and we have not mentioned Shaqiri's name in commentary as yet. Free kick goes long from Tierney and behind for a Swiss goal kick.
It's interesting how the Swiss are playing. Shaqiri sometimes plays up top. The way they're playing, they're quite often leaving it 3 Swiss against 3 Scottish defenders, and it's really positive from Stevie Clarke. It's a brave thing to do, because they have got good players, they have got a little bit of pace, and Doyle's quick on that right hand side, but Scotland at the back are going man for man really regularly, right from the top.
BBC Radio 5 Live, available on the BBC Sounds app if you're on the move throughout this Euro 2024. Scotland 0, Switzerland 0. Long ball downfield from Switzerland. Gunn comes out to deal with it, clears it away, out for a throw to the Swiss. Level with the edge of the Scotland penalty area on the right. Vargas came short to collect it, but Switzerland go back towards the halfway line. Schär's ball down the right to Widmer. Scotland are able to push up the field here, and Switzerland come back to goalkeeper Jan Sommer, who's in a sort of powder blue goalkeeping outfit this evening, which he's touched off with bright orange gloves and bright orange boots. Now there is Shaqiri running in circles just inside his own half. McGinn goes thundering into a challenge. Free kick given against him, but the reaction from the Scottish fans for McGinn getting stuck in there.
Actually, just taking a very quick free kick there. But the action, that Scotland have had to play so far is, very quick in the midfield, closing down, making a couple of tackles. They've got away with a couple already. When I say got away, I think they're definitely good. Didn't that time, but it's a big part of Scotland's game tonight. They need to make sure that the Swiss don't feel comfortable in the ball, particularly Manzaka.
Goes chasing again for Scotland. Yeah, Steve Clarke picked him out in particular. Granit Xhaka, who can boss things for Switzerland, as he's done for Bayer Leverkusen last season, as he did against Hungary, as Tony Kroos did against Scotland in the opening game. Rodriguez, dark hair tied back, brings the ball forward, plays it to the left of Vargas. Vargas comes back to the Swiss skipper Xhaka. In turn, here's Akanji. McTominay comes racing up the field to put Akanji under a bit of pressure. He plays to his right to Schär. Shaqiri drops in, poor layoff from him. Scotland win it back, and a chance to counter against Switzerland here. McTominay trying to thread it through to Adams. The pass is intercepted by Rodriguez, and it ends up at the feet of Jan Sommer. 8 minutes in, Scotland 0, Switzerland 0.
Again, it's much, much higher up the talent that Scotland are able to do. They're closing down. It's a hard thing to keep on doing for 90 minutes, it has to be said, but so far they've asked a few questions and seen much more of McTominay and definitely a lot more of McGinn in this game than we did against Germany.
Now that's a clever ball from Aebischer to get Widmer away down the right hand side. Scotland have got to be careful here. Not a good touch from Widmer. Hanley's got it covered. Widmer's nudged him in the back. That's either going to be free kick Scotland or goal kick Scotland. 9 minutes in, Scotland 0, Switzerland 0. Lyndon, let's bring you in once again. Scotland centre forward Lyndon Dykes with us. Playing in this atmosphere, Lyndon, as a Scotland player at a major tournament, it must be very, very special for the boys out there.
Yeah, it's what you dream of. It's absolutely electric in here. So loud for everyone. Everyone will be hearing it down there. And the confidence you get from just winning corners, winning throw-ins high, strong tackles from McGinn there. It lifts the crowd and it lifts you on the pitch. So it's the best feeling you can have as a player, and obviously in the stadium as well for the people watching.
Just a slightly unusual thing happening there. If you notice, Tierney took the goal kick, not to the goalkeeper. And if you're in opposition, you immediately look at that and think, something wrong with the keeper.
Ricardo Rodriguez is down, so Tierney's goal kick reached Che Adams. Adams chested the ball down. Rodriguez came through the back of him to win a header. Adams was trying to flick the ball over his shoulder and just grazed him in the mouth with his right boot, so that will be a free kick to Switzerland. A Kanji, high diagonal ball to the left-hand side, chested down by Vargas. Ralston has it covered for Scotland. Vargas tried to knock it past him. Ralston plays it to Hendry. Gilmour side-footed pass beats Ralston, and that goes out for a throw into Switzerland on the left. 10 minutes played. Scotland 0, Switzerland 0.
But see the difference there. You've seen with Billy Gilmour. He gave the ball away, but he was showing for it. He will always show for it, and eventually, as the game develops, by the way, he closed down very well there. As the game develops, he gets a little bit more space, and he gets a little bit more control. Well, that's the policy anyway. Let's see if it works.
Scotland have hassled Vargas out of possession. He panicked a little bit there with two men in front of him and knocked it out for a throw-in on the right. So current Scotland centre-forward Lyndon Dykes is with us. Former Scotland international Pat Nevin, as always, who played for Scotland at Euro 1992. And of course an under-18 European Championship winner with Scotland back in 1982. The only major tournament Scotland have ever won at any level. And Pat Nevin was in that squad. And in that team, and there's a fabulous documentary, Pat, isn't there? You can found out about that on the BBC iPlayer.
It's lovely, actually. It's very moving, actually.
Yeah.
Called The Lost Final on BBC.
Go and find it. This game on BBC One tonight via the iPlayer as well. If you haven't done it already, you can listen to our commentary with the BBC TV pictures, and it will be perfectly synced up. 11 minutes into the first half. Kanji's got the ball just on the edge of the Swiss penalty area, languidly strokes it forward with his left foot. Shaqiri's come deep and lays it off here to Cher with the longer ball down the right. It's chased by Aebischer. Jack Hendry is stuck with him. Hendry, not a great back pass there, beyond gun and behind for a Swiss corner.
Again, he was very strong winning the ball, just a little bit excited there, and I think a lot of the players are quite pumped up at the moment. But it is very noticeable how brave Scotland are trying to be just now. It is a very, very high line. We are often going 1-for-1 at the back, believing in the pace of the centre-backs. It's a big call, but you don't get through in big championships unless you take chances.
So corner for Switzerland. Pocket rocket, Xherdan Shaqiri will take it, playing in his 7th major tournament for his country. 32 years old now, stocky little fella, bright orange boots, rolls the corner short, work to the edge of the box. Here's Freuler back to Shaqiri, controls it, touches it, crosses it. McTominay is up high to win the header for Scotland. Second header is powered away, chested down by Gilmour. Lovely first time pass from him, releases Andy Robertson. Robertson driving forward here into the Swiss half. He's got Xhaka backpedaling, plays to McGregor. McGregor controls, back it comes McTominay. It's deflected in! It's deflected into the roof of the Switzerland net, and Scott McTominay, Super Scott McTominay, has done it again for Scotland. Just the start they wanted in Cologne. You cannot hear yourself think. It is absolute bedlam. Scottish fans going wild. Scotland 1, Switzerland 0.
Well, that is Stevie Clarke Scotland. That's what you expect. Down the left-hand side, great power, willingness to get into the areas. What a beautiful touch by Billy Gilmour. He was under all sorts of pressure, got out of his feet, and he played Tierney, who must have made about 70 yards, and left the ball onto McGregor. And when he puts it back to McTominay, he just guides it on target. Keeper probably would have saved it if it didn't get a deflection. Doesn't matter. It's in the net, and Scotland, once again, another Mac scores in an international tournament.
Yeah, that's the golden rule. Scotland goals at the Euros. His surname has to be prefaced with Muck. And Scott McTominay, 7 goals in qualifying, massive goal tonight in Cologne. What a confidence boost that will be. Scotland have started well, and they've got themselves in front against this tournament tough Swiss team. Fabian Cher was the one who stuck out the right leg. As Pat Nevin says, Yann Sommer may well have saved the initial shot. It was on target. I think McTominay will get the goal, but the deflection played a massive part. High into the roof of the net it went, and if possible, the volume levels have gone even higher.
That's incredible. Look, it's got a feeling, this game, but almost every game in this tournament, this isn't finished. There's going to be twists and turns, there's going to be other goals, there's going to be a lot happening in this game. Just the openness of it, and I love that openness. Kelly was talking about earlier on about the fact you need a bit of chaos, and we've got an awful lot of chaos in this tournament, and Scotland are adding to it here.
Scott McTominay, goal scorer, just been caught. He's okay, picked himself up, and Yann Sommer, Swiss keeper, has the ball at his feet. Next time the ball's out of play, we'll get the thoughts of Lyndon Dykes once more. On his feet, of course, celebrating that Scotland goal. Scotland, having lost 5-1 to Germany, cannot afford to lose this evening. A win would put them in great shape in Group A. Germany already through to the last 16. Overhit back pass again from Tierney. Claims he was pushed over there. He's not going to get that decision, and Switzerland will get a corner. Let's get the thoughts from Lyndon on the Scotland goal, Lyndon.
Great goal. Obviously from the corner there, great little touch from Billy. Got past the defenders. Robbo raring down there, using his energy to get high up on the pitch. And obviously getting up there, they had the calmness that they had. Cal McGregor take a great touch, looks back. McTominay comes in and a great finish with a little bit of luck, but we'll take it.
Yeah, Scotland will take it all day long. Corner defending now for Scotland, whipped in. McTominay's there, up highest, heads it away. Rodriguez with a left-footed volley, bouncing wide, and behind it goes for the Scotland goal kick.
It's one of those ones where Rodriguez is coming on. It's not in a good position for a left footer, so Leicester kind of wrap his body around it, and it came to such a great height. I was thinking, do you know what, it's going to have to be special from there. And then I thought, there's been a lot of special goals in this tournament so far, haven't there? There have been absolutely phenomenal goals from outside the box. This time we couldn't get it on target, and once they go in, we can breathe slightly, but not for long.
Gone down as a Fabian Schär own goal.
Really?
Yeah, on the screens in front of us, Fabian Schär own goal. I think Scott McTominay.
It was definitely on target.
Yeah,
It goes
absolutely.
directly to the target.
Absolutely.
They must have different rules in this competition.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, Pat, Jan Sommer, I think, would have saved the initial shot, but that's not always the rule we go by, is it?
No, it's
on
definitely
target. So a Rudiger own goal against Germany, and at the moment credited as a Fabian Schär own goal. It does not matter. Scotland leads Switzerland by 1-0, and if they can win this game, long way to go, as Pat's been explaining, of course. We're only 16 minutes into the first half. It will set them up quite brilliantly for the final group game against Hungary in Stuttgart on Sunday night. 5 Live will be there, 9 o'clock kickoff, full commentary. Do not miss it. And by the way, tomorrow, 5 o'clock your time, England against Denmark on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, a game you can also watch on BBC One and sync up with the 5 Live commentary, just like you can with this one tonight. A drop ball after it struck the referee. It's worked out to Vargas on the left, inside the penalty area, cross deflected and into the side netting. Corner for Switzerland. Scotland lead 1-0. Pat Nevin.
Big moment there for Anthony Ralston. That's the first time, you know, the winger's gone and attacked him. And he's got down the line, he's got half a yard, but Ralston got the foot in, given away the corner kick, but you know, he's been asked a question, he's had the answer on this first occasion.
So Scotland with some defending to do. Their fans behind this goal away to our left that Switzerland are attacking. Vargas's corner in, dealt with and headed away. First time pass back to Rodriguez. Clash of heads inside the penalty area. Fabian Schär is the man down for Switzerland. Is it Tierney? No, is it Hanley? I think that's Grant Hanley, is it? Or is it Ralston?
Yeah, it's a hard one to see.
Flat on his back for Scotland.
It's a hard one to see.
Yeah, it is hard to see who actually took the final whack there. I think it's Ralston.
Ralston,
Yeah.
It's Ralston.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, he's
Thank you, Lyndon.
headed it, and he's come down on his back, and I think he may well be winded. It's one of those ones. I'm not sure if he got a head knocking up, but he can twist your neck when you do that as well.
Yeah, both players down receiving medical treatment at the moment, so we're going to get a slight pause in the game. Fabian Schär, who's been credited with the own goal, and Anthony Ralston, who landed extremely awkwardly there, but is thankfully sitting up. Scotland leading Switzerland by 1-0 at the moment.
There's always a reaction, isn't there? When you give a goal, if you score a goal, the opposition sometimes get a left, and they try and put you under a little bit of pressure, and you need to try and survive the next few minutes without losing it, and they've managed to do that, Scotland, and that's a big thing for them, big moment for them that they've managed to do that.
So Anthony Ralston is on his feet. Fabian Schär is still receiving treatment. Lyndon, at what point was the last point today you were actually with the guys and with the team? What was the last message you heard from Steve Clarke for the players ahead of this one?
Yeah, I was with the team just before the game, and his message was just to be positive. He was always talking about positive, 3 points, it's not over, and make sure you come out and show everyone that the other night was just a one-off and get back to the way that we are. And the boys have definitely shown that so far, so hopefully they can keep that going.
Yep, leading Switzerland by 1-0. Fabian Schär just coming off the field for a second, having received treatment. He's walking towards the halfway line. Ralston is out on the field for Scotland. What's the referee just saying? Yeah, he's going to have to go off as well. That's what I thought. Both players are going to have to come off. They receive medical treatment before they can come back on.
It looks okay. I'm sure Lyndon would understand and relate to this. Got to make sure the opposition know they're in a game. So I think we've already showed them that on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, definitely. Just got a bit more stuck into them, put a bit of pressure on them, don't let them play the way they want to play. So far the boys are looking great. We have to make sure we keep being solid and make sure we put the pressure back on them.
That's Lyndon Dykes with us here on 5 Live and BBC Sound. Scotland leading 1-0, defending at the moment. Vargas, Swiss forward with the ball at his feet. Now Xhaka, inside left channel, back to Aebischer. Aebischer, who's played one of Pat Nevin's favourite passes of the tournament, I think, so far for the Swiss first goal.
Very De Bruyne-like.
It was, wasn't it? That's right. For the one that Dua stuck away for Switzerland early on against Hungary, but Dua doesn't start tonight, Shaqiri does. Scotland fans roar the fact that they forced Switzerland all the way back to their goalkeeper. Here's the danger man though, Xherdan Shaqiri, rumbling forward, plays the ball out to the right. Dan Ndoye, another Bologna player in this Swiss team, just feeds it back into the Swiss half. Here's Akanji, runs away from Shea Adams, gets his pass away to Freuler, forward to Shaqiri, the ball just jumps up on him, brings it down, Freuler again, forward to Shaqiri, turns, slides the pass down the right for Vidma, strong challenge from Robertson, sliding in, cleanly wins the ball, Switzerland get a corner.
Big moments for Robinson and Tierney down the left hand side. When they go and attack, they are brilliant. It doesn't matter which one. I think it was actually Robertson that did attack for the goal, but both of them are covering each other. They understand each other's games, and both of them have had very, very strong starts here.
Scotland have had 6 wins in major tournament history. The last of those, if you're into football omens, against Switzerland back at Euro 96. Corner comes in from Shaqiri. Hanley is there, jumps, heads it straight up in the air. Freuler challenges for it. Hendry heads it away to the left. Robertson volleys it away. Everything Scotland do positively at the moment. It's a massive roar from the thousands of fans inside this stadium in those dark blue shirts.
There's been a difficult period this last 2 or 3 minutes, so Scotland haven't really got a foot in the ball. There's going to be periods like that in a game that you could really do with getting the ball in the midfield and holding it a bit.
Shaqiri scoops it forward. McTominay's back there doing some defending, down by the byline on the left, does well, forward to Gilmour, lays it off to Hanley. Scotland playing out beautifully. McGregor was involved. McTominay plays it wide to Robertson. The Scotland fans loving it at the moment. Robertson, little dummy, away he goes down the left hand side. Akanji comes across to cover it and steps in and gets it back to Zoma.
Again, you look at the movement there. We were under all sorts of pressure. Zip, zip, zip. Pass always involved in is Billy Gilmour there. We got out and eventually made a really dangerous looking attack on the left hand side. Billy's made a big difference.
Yeah, Gilmour trying to win a challenge in midfield. Aebischer went down, advantage played. Switzerland bringing it forward with Cher. Cher just stabs a pass, short pass to his right to Xhaka. Xhaka in the short-sleeved white Swiss shirt, warm evening in Cologne. Here's Aebischer in central midfield. He's come in from the left-hand side. Xhaka strokes it forward to Shaqiri. Shaqiri is able to turn out on the right for Switzerland, about 30 yards from the Scotland goal, but Scotland have it covered at the moment, so Switzerland come back to Cher, 10 yards inside the Scotland half, just comes creeping forward, then slides the pass through. Robertson against Vidma. Vidma gets the cross in, Hanley's there to clear it. The offside flag was up, and so Scotland will have a free kick. They lead Switzerland 1-0.
Yeah, the concentration levels you need at this level is incredible. But that's it. The players like Robertson have got that. You know, they are strangely enough, the Swiss are going down the right hand side a lot, aren't they? I was expecting to test Scotland's own right hand side and their left hand side a little bit more. Scarcely done that in the game so far. It may well be that we're partially funneling them down that side. But at some point, and partly that is Shaqiri likes to play over from that area, and that might be a part of the reason. But if they're going to get down that side, I'm backing our lads.
I'll just highlight as well, Scotland fans listening to us tonight, Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage will be taking the calls on 6:06 after this game through until 11:30 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. The number to dial, the usual, 08085 909 693. Scott McTominay's taken a whack on the head. He is down. Scottish Football Podcast, by the way, will be well worth a listen tomorrow morning, as it will throughout this tournament. Plenty of reaction on the pod tomorrow. Your one-stop shop for all the news, views and gossip from the Scotland camp at the Euros. So listen and subscribe to that on BBC Sounds. McTominay slowly picking himself to his feet. In terms of the first 25 minutes, Lyndon Dykes that we've seen from Scotland. Was this exactly what you were expecting from your teammates this evening?
100%. They've been on it. They're trying to prove people wrong. That other night was a one-off game, so we've still got a long way to go. Obviously, Swiss are coming into the game a little bit more, controlling the ball, but you can see the bodies going forward, and like you said before, little plays at the back there, the options they have with the ball is helping everyone out, and we're playing out much more easy than the other night.
Kanji with his left foot tries to get Switzerland out on the right-hand side. Cher comes trotting forward with the ball at his feet, finds Shaqiri, side foots it back to Cher, and they come all the way back to Sommer. Shea Adams is interested for a second, chases in, Sommer plays it past him, Rodriguez sprints up towards the halfway line, ball at his feet, Hanley intercepts that pass forward, Gilmour controls, passes, then it goes loose, danger for Scotland, Shaqiri! I don't believe it! What a finish from Xherdan Shaqiri! Into double figures for goals at major tournaments, joining an exclusive list of players, and that was an absolute stunner. But Scotland will kick themselves for giving the ball away. It was unnecessary, and Shaqiri has punished them to the highest order. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1.
That is so hard to deal with. I mean, Scotland try to play the right way. Ralston's, he's not looked. He's just passed it back towards a vague area where he thinks one of his teammates is going to be. Can't really do that. You need to find one of your teammates, and you give Shaqiri, I mean, it's not an easy chance. He's hardly actually kicked a ball in the game so far, but you know, give him a chance to there, and he just pops down the top corner. And you would regret saying he would have wanted at the start.
Yeah.
He's hardly moved. He's only kicked the ball, and then give him half a chance. By the way, how close can you get to the corner of the crossbar and post than that?
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Lyndon Dykes, that is an incredible finish, isn't it, by Shaqiri?
Incredible, and that's probably why he's coming to the team. Like you said, double figures now for competition football, up there with the best, and he got half a sniff and he absolutely finished that peach of a shot.
Oh, peach of a shot is absolutely right. Curling left-footed effort that started outside the post. Angus Gunn at full stretch couldn't get there. Rips into the top corner. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1 in a game Scotland, as we were saying at the start, cannot really afford to lose to have any chance of getting out of Group A. So now they've just got to settle themselves again, Pat.
Yeah, well, I mean, right after the goal I said, look, this isn't going to be finished at 1-0. There's no way. It's just not that kind of game. It's just not been played in that sort of way.
Switzerland have the momentum at the moment. Oh, Gilmour takes a whack in the face. Maybe that was the chest. Xhaka's cross, attempting to whip one into the edge of the Scotland box, and Gilmour was right in the path of it. It's gone out for a throw-in to Switzerland. 27 minutes gone in the first half here in Cologne. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Xherdan Shaqiri has scored in a 6th major tournament for Switzerland. 10 goals in total. Rodriguez cross into the near post, danger for Scotland again, comes all the way through to Vidma, tees himself up and hits it high and over the bar and behind for a goal kick to Scotland. Switzerland just having a good little period at the moment, Pat Nevin.
I think their good little period has been since Scotland scored, and since then they really have started to dominate the game slowly but surely. But Scotland have tried to play it for the back and have done so much more than they did against the Germans even in this period. But there is no doubt just now that they're on the front foot and they're controlling a little bit more of the play. We're going to have to do something a little bit close to them, and also if we can just get some calm possession in midfield. You see, in this competition it's not been easy to do that, has it?
Goal kick Scotland. Angus Gunn takes this one with his right foot, swings it away to the left. Scotland do keep that in play. Awkward one fired back at Hanley, who heads it away. Nodded forward into the Scottish half. Tierney read the danger well there, comes across and gets it back to Gunn. Gunn clears with his right foot. Shea Adams battling hard for Scotland just inside the Switzerland half, when sliding in, has caught Aebischer. The referee Ivan Kruzliak didn't like the challenge. Switzerland players, a couple of them complaining about the challenge as well. Aebischer's going to be okay. Free kick Switzerland.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Xhaka's the first one up there. He hasn't actually touched him in any way whatsoever. He jumped over it there, rolled about a little bit. But he has dived in. He was slightly out of control. It was an honest challenge, but I think the referee spotted it right.
Aebischer, clever ball, finds Vargas moving at speed. Here's the cutback. Scotland defenders did well to get their bodies in the way. McTominay tries to bring it out for Scotland now. Central position just outside his penalty area. Feeds it to Ralston on the right hand side. Ralston will be a little rattled, having played the pass that gave the goal to Switzerland, but that's a floated ball from him across to Tierney, coming up to the half-hour mark in the first half here in Cologne, and Tierney feeds it to Robertson on the left. Scotland just calming things down and keeping the ball for a little bit in this game. This man is perfect for that. That's Brighton's Billy Gilmour. So is Callum McGregor. Receives it from Gilmour, sweeps a pass out to the left to Robertson. Robertson plays it back to Hanley, and Hanley just rolls it to Gilmour. Midway inside the Scotland half, assesses his options, cross to Tierney. Robertson is parallel to him on the left-hand side. He goes forward to McGregor, back to Tierney, and across it comes to the right again.
Scotland didn't have a period of controlled possession like this in the previous game at any point in time, and it's good to see. It's game management we needed.
Shay Adams, little ball to Gilmour. Gilmour's caught by Rodriguez. That will be a yellow card. Referee made the decision very quickly there. Clever little pass from Adams. Gilmour was trying to sneak down the right. Rodriguez came sliding in. He's booked for the challenge.
He knew what he was doing. I don't think he got a lot of Billy Gilmour there, just a little bit of him, but he made sure that Billy wasn't getting away, and he was going into a very dangerous area there, so Rodriguez has to be very careful from here on in. But it's been a good moment though. It's been good. We looked at all that control that the Swiss had in the game, and then suddenly, just by a few passes, Gilmour, then on to McGregor, and then it has to be said, Ralston, lovely ball across the back there. It's given a little bit of comfort to the Scotland team. Really good game management at that point in time.
Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. We knew it was going to be nervy. Here's Hendry. Hendry, high ball up towards the edge of the box, over the head of McGinn. It drops to Xhaka eventually. He's happy to come back to his goalkeeper Zoma, right in the middle of his 6-yard box. McTominay comes racing in to try and put Akanji under pressure. Switzerland play up the middle of the park. Oh, that's a clever layoff from Shaqiri. Back to Xhaka. Xhaka quickly forward to Ndoye. Great football this from Switzerland. Vargas up to the edge of the area. Switch pass again to Ndoye. Ndoye onto his right foot. Oh, good save, Angus Gunn. Shot was curling for the far corner. Gunn gets a hand to it and palms it behind for the corner.
Oh, what a brilliant move. What a magnificent move by the Swiss. You're right. A little flick ball by Shaqiri was the start of it, but the pace in which they broke at, I mean, just for a moment there I thought Scotland were going to give away a penalty. Tierney went in there, left a little leg dangling. He didn't go down, well done for him, and it took a very special save there by Gunn. Left hand round the corner. Scotland breathing again.
Angus Gunn earning his corn for Scotland. Scotland fans massed behind this goal away to our left. 13 minutes remaining in the first half, still 1-1. Shaqiri whips that ball in with pace. Gilmour heads it up in the air for Scotland. Back header from Akanji. Gunn gives it a shout. He's come early for it. Ndoye on the turn. Has scored, but the flag is up. It won't count for Switzerland. Now Ndoye is waving his finger to say that he wants that checked. Angus Gunn came for the ball, didn't get there, and Ndoye with a clever finish. At the moment it's not going to stand.
See, he was actually free just about for the entirety of that move, Ndoye. No one picked him up from when the corner was taken. By the way, we're watching it here. It's unbelievably tight. To the naked eye, you cannot tell. It is very tight.
Well, the yellow message is up on the screen at the moment, checking offside leading up to goal. So we are waiting with bated breath inside the stadium in Cologne. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. It was offside. The goal won't stand. Lyndon Dykes. That is a huge sigh of relief for Scotland.
Yeah, massive. They had a great play there, the Swiss, on the way there. Shaqiri's touch took about 2 players out, and the break was very quick. We have to be switched on the set plays. We work on those. It was a good win by Billy Gilmour at the start. Luckily VAR was on our side that time, but the boys just need to get back on the ball and get Billy back on it.
Yeah, that's what Billy Gilmour was trying to do there. He thought he was brought down on the edge of the Swiss box. Cleared away by Fabian Schär with his left foot, and it goes out for a throw-in to Scotland.
By the way, I know Lyndon Dykes plays centre forward, but I wonder if he still plays if he does play poker as well, because you never change your view at all there. You look down looking so calm. We were all panicking there thinking we could be losing the goal. You looked confident.
I'm stressing here, don't worry about that.
That's great to
poker face.
Linda with us on the coverage this evening. John McGinn again backing into Fabian Schär, goes down, goes out for a Switzerland throw, right back position, level with the edge of their own penalty area. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. McTominay's deflected strike off Fabian Schär to give Scotland the lead. The equaliser coming with a quite sublime finish from Xherdan Shaqiri. Half a chance really, sweet his first time strike, and it has this game level. Angus Gunn's come a long way outside his penalty area, no one near him. feeds the ball to Hendry. Hendry plays to Hanley. Hanley rolls it into McGregor. McGregor's got time to turn here and then calmly plays forward to McGinn. On to McTominay. McTominay couldn't find Robertson down the left. Vidma lets it run. Throw in for Switzerland.
And again, that was the moment you've got McGregor and he's looking for it. And if you've got Gilmore marked at that point in time, it's fine, it's okay. Hanley can pass it into one or the other just now. We just didn't have that option. But at the moment, maybe trying and hoping to get a little bit more out of John McGinn and Scott McTominay. Scott's been a little bit more involved, but John, it's been hard for him to get involved. He's further upfield, you know, he's trying to get as close as he possibly can to Shea Adams at the moment, but he's not had the great impact in the game yet.
10 minutes remaining in the half. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. 6:06 follows our coverage of Euro 2024 this evening. Brought you a great game earlier on, first game of the day. Croatia 2, Albania 2. Germany beat Hungary by 2-0. They are through to the last 16. Germany, their last group game against Switzerland. This one, level pegging, 1-1. Billy Gilmour gets it from Ralston, gives it to McGregor. Straight back to Gilmour, just inside the Swiss half. Comes running across the halfway line. Back to Hanley. Tierney now across to Robertson. Robertson quickly forward to McTominay in the inside left channel. Chased by Freuler. McTominay comes back to Tierney, uses McGregor. This is nice from Scotland, moving Switzerland around. Hendry lays it off to McGregor. McGregor just let that one go past him. Had to step in hard to win the ball back. Switzerland appeal for a foul on Shaqiri. They don't get it. Gilmour can't see an option at the moment. Just throws his arms out as if to say there's nothing on. And Scotland come back and Jack Hendry uses Gilmour. Little 1-2. Hendry just inside his own half. To the right to Ralston. Ralston is chased up that right-hand touchline by Abisher. Ball for Shea Adams to chase. Bounces in front of Rodriguez. Adams slips. Rodriguez makes a bit of a mess of that. Adams wins it. Plays it across to McTominay. He treads on the ball, then edge of the box. But Scotland do get a free kick. 30 yards out or so in the inside right channel for a challenge on Adams, I presume.
I will take it. It's hard to see what we're getting it for, but we'll absolutely take it. This is a bit of uncertainty there. Now Rodriguez obviously is on a yellow card. Slip sliding about a little bit there. Well done, referee. Spotted Freuler coming in late. And he's absolutely right. Good position. Get the ball right hand side into the box. Scotland have got a good few tall players there.
Lyndon, what's the plan here then?
There's a few things going on here. Big Scott is on the ball, so it's going to be a fast delivery. Everyone's got their positions.
John McGinn, I see, is moving right towards the goal line. Now he's coming back.
Just ask a question, really, isn't it? Of their defence. They didn't budge, so he came back.
1-1. Scotland, Switzerland in Cologne. Scott McTominay, left arm in the air. Delivery with his right foot towards the penalty spot. Header is flicked and then headed back across goal. The offside flag is up on the far side, so Switzerland will have a free kick.
I think there was a little push there as well.
Yeah.
The back post. But again, decent position Scotland get into it. I mean, the game has ebbed and flowed a little bit. I worried that for a moment it was going to get away from Scotland, but it doesn't feel like that just now. It seems as if Scotland are actually playing a lot better now.
Yeah, Scotland have won the ball high up inside the Swiss half and they're going to try and make something of it. They've moved it quickly out to the left. Robertson comes back to Hanley, who's almost on the centre spot. Gilmour's pass forward is easily intercepted. Akanji, slightly loose touch from him, but he gets away with that. Able to take another touch, edge of his own penalty area. Strokes the pass with his right foot across to Freuler, and Freuler just jogging away from Callum McGregor, who now comes towards him. Ball into the midfield. McTominay's interested, slides in, almost wins it. Scotland pressure leads to a Scotland throw.
Well, that is straight off a training ground, isn't it? Absolutely straight off it. Don't give them the chance there to get the ball, hold it, and create something. Ask a question, close them down, and spooked them completely. Well done.
Robertson's ball back to Tierney from the Scotland throw. Grant Hanley, every Scotland outfield player inside the Swiss half until the ball is played back to Hendry. Just creeps into his own half, forward to Adams. Adams leaps athletically, brings it down on his chest, does well to bring Ralston into play, and Ralston on the move, crosses high. Now is that going to go out? No, the ball will stay in.
It's a great pass. It's a great pass.
Chased all the way out there by Robertson. Tierney's clever, lets Robertson's pass run across his body. Back to Hanley. Hanley plays the 1-2 with Gilmour. Gilmour gets it back. Central position 40 yards out. Forward to McTominay. Now McGregor. McGregor zips a pass across the floor to Tierney. Back it comes to McTominay. McTominay with a touch. Thought about the early cross. Decided against it. And Scotland working it across the field from left to right. Here's Ralston. chased again by Aebischer, and Scotland forced to come back into their own half.
Well defended by the Swiss. They didn't leave any gaps at all. Quite a few times McGregor, sometimes Gilmore, again McTominay, they want to get the ball and have a little look up to see if anyone's making a forward run. But on that occasion, the Swiss closed us down in good areas.
If you're just tuning in, this is 5 Live. BBC Sounds, Scotland 1, Switzerland 1 in Cologne. High long ball forward, Robertson streaking away from defenders here. Akanji gets back, nods it behind for a Scotland corner.
Robertson made some run there. He is full pelt there for about 70, 80 yards there. And you know, he turned around, he's put his hand up and said, great ball. Tell you what, if he's willing to make those runs all night, I don't think his defender going to want to stay with him. Really ask the question though. It stretches the game for us, and that's what we want.
That's the voice of Pat Nevin. Lyndon Dykes alongside us in the commentary box as well here this evening, watching his Scotland teammates taking this corner. It's going to come in from the left, delivery to the far post. Adams, right-footed volley. Sommer had it covered at the near post and grabs it at the second attempt.
I thought it was a corner there, but I'm not sure it went at all. But it was a little half chance there. It was a difficult angle, and he certainly got it on target, but Sommer was ready for it.
Here's Freuler on the ball for Switzerland. Scotland now backpedaling. Freuler plays it to his right. Vidmar's cross comes in, it's deep, it's over the head of Ndoye, chested down by Ralston. Ralston down by the byline on the right. Clearance is half deflected, spins over Aebischer, over Adams. Both players fall over, both want a free kick, neither get it. Switzerland have the ball. Shaqiri pops up wide on the left-hand side. Number 23 on his back. Plays it to number 19, Ndoye. Ndoye comes creeping into the Scotland penalty area. Now it's played back and the shot's hit at Gunn. Gunn throws himself to his left. That was Xhaka's strike. It's palmed away. Still defending to do. Cross comes in. Ball is loose. Goes spinning out of the Scotland penalty area again. And Scotland just having to survive a little period of pressure here at the end of the first half.
Yep, and the pace they're putting the balls in there, the quality from the wide areas has been superb. And this time, closed down very, very, very well by Gilmore. His defensive stuff has been pretty special tonight as well.
Yeah, Billy Gilmore's been doing a sterling job for Scotland tonight. Xhaka to Aebischer. Aebischer to Ndoye. Ndoye on the dribble for Switzerland. Hendry backs off. Ndoye with a little trick and then throws himself to the floor. Not going to get a penalty for that. Referee just wags a finger, shakes his head and says, get up and get on with it.
Well, half of the odd one in this championship would have been given yellow cards for diving. That must have been tight.
Offside. Offside flag goes up. Scotland 1. Switzerland 1. Busy time not just at the Euros at the moment. Next few weeks the Times 5 Live is made for. Home of the Euros of course, Wimbledon and of the general election. We'll keep you across all of it here on 5 Live. For daily reaction and analysis of the big election talking points, subscribe to Newscast on BBC Sounds, along with all the other pod offerings that are there. Swiss fans bouncing up and down, enjoying themselves away to our right. They've still got energy. Scottish fans always have energy. And Scotland's performance full of energy this evening. Took the lead against Switzerland. Shaqiri's pegged them back. 1-1 at the moment in a game Scotland cannot afford to lose. Che Adams has just lost out there. Difficult ball for him to try and control. Vargas plays it forward for Switzerland, and Ndoye tries to turn away from Tierney. And Ndoye's still going, pokes it forward, but too much on that, and through it comes to Angus Gunn.
Again, the energy levels. Look, Tierney got done there slightly, but the energy levels, because he went and made the tackle with his right foot, then another one with his left, and it put Ndoye off a little bit there. But there wasn't that sort of sharpness about Scotland's attempts defensively or offensively in the game against Germany. It's all over the game tonight. It's great to see Scotland back to who they are.
Here's Tierney on the ball for Scotland. Last couple of minutes of the first half. Inside his own half, wide to Robertson, slowing down a little at the end of the first half. Gilmore plays to Robertson. Scotland enjoying the possession at the moment. Tierney forward to Gilmore, back to Hanley, just outside his own penalty area, wide to Hendry. Hendry puts plenty on the back pass to make sure it gets to his goalkeeper Gunn. Gunn leaves it for Tierney. Tierney's jogging forward, looking up all the time, sees McGregor coming towards him in the dark blue of Scotland. He finds Hanley, back across to Tierney. Last minute of the first half with added time still to come. McGregor lays it off to Robertson. Back to Tierney again. Patient stuff from Scotland. Tierney to his right finds Hanley. Ralston comes towards Hanley. Hanley gives it to him, and Scotland finally have to go all the way back to Gunn again. Gunn just outside his penalty area. Scotland's goalkeeper rolls it to Tierney. Switzerland players in the white shirts just start to close in and close the avenues.
I'm okay with that because Scotland have now dragged them forward and we've got 3 against 3 up the field. But the ball's gone long and McGinn hasn't been able to make a challenge.
No, so McGinn's going to chase now as it's come back to Jan Sommer. Blue shirts closing in around him. 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. Rodriguez with a high spinning ball down the left. Vargas jumps here with Hendry and then barges into the back of Hendry and concedes the free kick. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1.
A little bit of frustration there from Vargas there. I mean, there's no need to do that. It's a deliberate punt. And Scotland will be delighted with that because if you get your back to the goal and you're a defender, you don't really want to be in that position. It's not comfortable. That's an easy free kick for Scotland.
Free kick Scotland then, just inside their own half. We're in added time at the end of the first half. And the group table as it stands at the moment, Germany on 6, Switzerland will be on 4, Scotland will be on 1, Hungary will be on none. Scotland play Hungary, final group game, Sunday night in Stuttgart. We'll be there, full commentary on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. It kicks off at 9 o'clock. Hendry's high ball forward, header won this time by McGinn, only as far as Vidmer. Vidmer clears, Tierney wrestling with Undoy. Referee says they're both pulling at each other's shirts, so he's not going to give anything for that. Hanley into the feet of McGregor. Scotland building from deep. McGregor just gets it back from Gilmore. That lovely trusted left foot, plays it low and wide to Robertson. Here's Tierney. Tierney across to Hanley. Very, very different Scotland performance from what we saw on Friday night in Munich. Ralston under a bit of pressure inside his own half. Aebischer chasing hard, nudges him to the floor. Free kick for Scotland.
So noticeable we do Ralston all the time.
Yeah.
And the Germans did it and now the Swiss are trying to do it, almost allowing the ball to go out right there and then ask him the question, but once again under pressure he managed to get out of it.
So just over a minute to play at the end of the first half. Tierney to Hanley. Possession for the last 5 minutes has been all Scotland. Hendry's on the ball. Thirsty Scottish fans, I can see some have already done the beer run down there actually, just in front of that 2-tiered end away to our left hand side. Arms full of pints of beer heading back to their seats as Akanji lets this ball drift over his head, brings it down on his right thigh. McTominay hoves into view, played back to Sommer. Sommer slices this one away and Scotland win a throw in an attacking position on the right at the end of the first half.
He's not been great a few times at that, Sommer. You know, you expect a little bit better. The top international goalkeepers under a little bit of pressure, but not a huge amount, and he just lashes it out and play.
Here's Tierney. Tierney inside his own half, finds Hanley. 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Hanley's going to go with a longer ball down the right. It's too far, and it's beyond Ralston, and out for the throw to Switzerland. Lyndon Dykes, what have you made of the first half?
It's been a solid performance. I think the boys have done very well. Obviously had that unfortunate goal against them, but that's what happens at this level. You give them half a sniff and they take it, but we should take confidence in the second half, controlling the game well, but maybe just trying to affect a little bit more going forward.
There we go, perfect timing as Lyndon finishes his sentence. The referee blows the half-time whistle. So level pegging at half-time in a game Scotland cannot afford to lose if they want to get out of the group stages at a major tournament for the first time in their history. Scott McTominay giving them the lead, Pat Nevin with the deflected strike. The equaliser is a goal of the highest quality from Shaqiri, but Scotland gave him the chance to punish them.
Yes, it was a gift. I mean, I don't think Shaqiri's touched the ball any more than 4 or 5 times in this game. But you don't give him a 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, even though it's still a hard finish, and we gave them that. It wasn't even a back pass, it was just a no-look pass, it was straight into him. So in this level, you give chances away, you lose it, but take nothing away from the attitude of the Scotland players tonight. I think they've been superb. There have been long periods of game where Scotland have controlled it well, they've been brave getting on the ball. Clearly Gilmore's made a massive difference, a gigantic difference, but also McTominay and McGinn pushing further up the park. They've not been able to make that much of an impression on the game, but they've lengthened it and they've pushed it up and they've allowed Gilmore and McGregor to go on the ball. So it looks much better. I mean, it couldn't have been any worse, but Scotland has 1-1. I think it's deserving of it. I don't think we deserve necessarily a whole lot more than that just now. This game is incredibly well balanced, and as you can tell, it could go either way.
It's in the balance at half-time in Cologne. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Nerves jangling for the Scotland fans in particular. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Switzerland already with a win in this group. in the opening game against Hungary. Scotland well beaten by Germany. Have to get something out of this game to give themselves any real chance of getting out of Group A. Germany already through to the last 16. 2 wins out of 2. They beat Hungary by 2-0 earlier on today. No changes made for either team at half-time. Dan and Doy sprinting away down the right for Switzerland. They're all in white, playing from left to right in this second half. Scotland in the dark blue shirts, dark blue shorts and socks. Yellow trim on that kit. And Callum McGregor's trying to close down Sylvain Widmer. Switzerland have won an early corner in this second half.
Yeah, going down the right-hand side there, right-hand side, Scotland's left. Well, Scotland are supposed to be stronger, but most of their play has gone down there. Interesting seeing Doy, sprinting against Kieran Tierney a few times. Tierney has done him for pace.
Xherdan Shaqiri, Switzerland's goal scorer supreme, with the corner, left-footed delivery, headed away by McTominay, only as far as Ruben Vargas. Vargas's cross blocked by a leaping Callum McGregor, and behind it goes for another Switzerland corner. So Switzerland on the front foot early in the second half, and actually what makes this even more fun in the second half, if you can call it fun, is both teams attacking the goals where the majority of their fans are situated behind, which just adds a little something to it as well. Short corner. There's Shaqiri's cross in. This one is headed high in the air by Hendry. Goes behind, would have been another corner, but an offside flag has gone up. So Scotland have a free kick. So Angus Gunn in goal for Scotland. Hendry, Hanley, Tierney, the 3 centre-backs. Ralston and Robertson, the wing-backs. Gilmour, McGregor, McTominay, McGinn and Shay Adams, the 11 men out there in the dark blue shirts, representing their country on the biggest stage of all. Hanley's ball forward with the right foot, headed away by Rodriguez for Switzerland, and throw in for Scotland on the right. So they've just dealt with that early bit of Swiss pressure in this second half, Pat Nevin.
Yeah, the Swiss trying to do to Scotland what Scotland did to them, put them under that pressure from the kick-off when you've got possession of the ball. What's noticeable quite often happens is Ralston, when Scotland are on the ball breaking, Ralston goes really long and really wide, but never gets it. And you just think once or twice we're going to have to give something to pin his ears back and run at. But so often he gets there and the ball doesn't arrive for him to chase it.
Mentally tough for him as well, I think, Pat, having made the mistake. It was his pass that let Shaqiri in, and the finish, Shaqiri, it's not a 1 in a million shot. It was still a really tough one to stick in the top corner, which he did, but that's going to have to have rocked Ralston a bit.
Oddly enough, his reactions to all the things that happened in the game against Germany makes me think he'll be fine, he'll just keep on playing his game.
Yeah. Tierney into McGinn. McGinn is trying to turn Fabian Schär. Schär's got a hold of his shoulder, drags him to the floor. Free kick for Scotland. That is what John McGinn is brilliant at, and he's won a free kick in a great position here for Steve Clarke's team.
Yeah, you don't almost have to describe it. You can just say John McGinn's back to the goal, and you know what's happening.
Yeah.
And he's just waiting for some sort of drag, and there is a pull. He's got a hold of McGinn's arm, and he knows what he's doing there. But you need to stand off him. And that's that situation. McGinn knows if you get close, he'll either get round you or get a foul.
Scotland centre forward Lyndon Dykes back with us for the second half as well, so we'll get thoughts from Lyndon in a moment. Let's see what Scotland can do with the free kick though. 2 tiers packed with Scottish fans behind this goal. Tierney's curling ball easily headed away. There's Robertson. Robertson plays it back to Tierney, and Tierney comes all the way back to Angus Gunn, so they couldn't quite make the most of that position. Gunn takes one touch and then drives the ball high in the air. There's a little streak of orange sunset up in the sky this evening as Robertson nods the ball down. Was he dragged down by Freuler there? No, the referee says that's a dive, and Freuler's actually saying he's dived. He should be booked for that. The ball has gone out for a Scotland throw on the left.
The referee's done all right actually today.
Yeah.
I think he's spotted when people are throwing themselves to the ground too easily. He's not getting over carried away with it. He's allowed the game to flow a little bit. So far, so good for the referee, but Scotland back into it now, getting into good positions, and a chance for Tierney. A long throw into that box.
Cameraman close to him, to Kieran Tierney. 3 steps to the touchline, puts everything into that. Throw into the near post. Akanji heads away for Switzerland. Hanley heads it up in the air, back into the Swiss area. Nodded away. Tierney prodded forward to Robertson. Another clearance from Schär. Akanji jumps off balance. He's fallen heavily. Play continues. Akanji is still down. It's not a head injury, but the referee does decide to stop the game. I don't think there was any need for that. He fell awkwardly. Not strictly meant to stop the game, unless he did think that was a head injury. Anyway, we've got a stoppage in play Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. So first question to Lyndon in this second half. Lyndon, you'll have played against John McGinn in training. How difficult is it to get the ball off him in that sort of situation?
Yeah, that's a difficult place to be as a defender. He uses his body very well. He knows exactly what he was doing, and that's what we need to be trying to do a bit more. I think getting him on the ball, using his body, and getting fouls when we need it.
Scott McTominay's just been booked.
Well, I'll tell you, he's furious for the fact that play was allowed to play on. It's not a head injury. And Scotland had played a beautiful little dink ball into the 18-yard line. Obviously, they've got Akanji Towns injured at that point in time. So Scotland were in a great position, and the referee stopped the play, and that's why Tomlin is absolutely fuming about it. But he's got a yellow card, and he's just pushed it too far.
5.5 minutes gone in the second half. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. England back in action tomorrow here at Euro 2024. Hanley's ball, high diagonal to the right. Ralston can't win that, and it goes behind for a goal kick. So your three commentaries on 5 Live and BBC Sounds tomorrow. 2 o'clock, Group C, Slovenia against Serbia. That's in England's group. Lee Blakeman and Stephen Warnock with that one. 5 o'clock is England against Denmark. Christian Eriksen, Pat and I watched him pulling the strings in the draw against Slovenia in fabulous form. That game kicks off at 5. Commentary with John Murray, Matt Upson, Connor Cody, part of the team, the 5 Live team for the coverage of that one. You can hear him in the Football Daily podcast tomorrow morning, available on the BBC Sounds app, along with Kyle Walker as well. I think Connor Cody will also feature on the breakfast show tomorrow morning. Rick Edwards and the team out here every morning bringing you all the news and everything you need to know from the Euro. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Scotland fans will be wanting to nurse happy hangovers tomorrow morning. At the moment it's going okay, 1-1, which is enough to keep them in with a shout of getting out of this group. Win against Hungary in the final game, if it was a point here, may well do the job. Robertson on the charge, tries to get the cross in, Vidma blocks, and it goes out for a Scotland throw. Attacking position on the left. Robertson takes it quickly, bounces 3 times and rolls to the feet of Tierney. McGregor's out wide left for him. Back to Tierney, and in turn they come back to Hanley.
Yeah, but once again, McTominay held the ball up brilliantly just a few moments ago. Oh, nearly caught in possession there, Scotland. You don't need to be doing that as we're the last man.
Heart and mouth time. That was Vargas blocking Hendry's ball forward. Ralston in with a challenge. It's gone out for a Swiss throw on the left. Just a reminder of this Swiss team as well. Jan Sommer in goal, Inter Milan's goalkeeper. Cher, Akanji, Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the left-sided centre-back, is on a yellow card, so we'll keep an eye on that. Vidma and Abisher, right and left. Freuler and Xhaka, the 2 men in the middle. And Doy and Vargas in support of Xherdan Shaqiri, the goal scorer, who's joined a very exclusive list of European footballers tonight with his 10th goal in major international tournaments. The only player I read as well on social media at halftime that has scored in the last 3 Euros and the last 3 World Cups. Whatever you think about Xherdan Shaqiri, that is
he's a superb player, but I mean, he doesn't move a huge amount. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
And then again, near the end of his career, Messi didn't move a lot, and it didn't seem to make any difference, did it?
8 minutes gone, second half. Tense night now. Freuler leaves the ball for Vidma to take the throw. Vidma throws back to Cher. Cher plays it to Akanji. Akanji just waits here. Then left-footed ball, he bobbles it away to the right-hand side. Vidma's first time pass nearly went out of play. Cher whacks it forward. Freuler to Ndoye. Nice first touch from him. First time pass to Shaqiri. Lays it off to Freuler again on the right. Scotland back in their defensive positions and just march Switzerland back into their own half. So 5 o'clock tomorrow is Denmark, England. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, don't miss that one either. Ian Dennis and Chris Sutton will bring you full commentary of Spain against Italy in Group B. Should be an absolute cracker. Chris will be taking the calls tonight as well on 606 alongside Robbie Savage after this game. Header infield from Robertson inside his own half. Hendry takes a touch, takes great care to get the ball back to Angus Gunn. No one wants to make a mistake right now in the balance of the game and Scotland's fortunes here at Euro 2024.
Yeah, so finely balanced at the moment. I don't think either team's in top right at this second, but I don't think the Swiss want to take any chances. Remember, they're on 4 points as we speak. They're through as we speak. They don't have to overdo it.
Here's Xhaka. Xhaka trying to thread one through for Ndoye. Ndoye runs into the back of Hendry. Hendry got a touch on the ball. Referee's not going to give the free kick, and Scotland tried to prevent it going out for a corner. It's come off the corner flag from Ralston's clearance on the slide, and that will be a Swiss corner, 1-1.
Yeah, Scotland thought that was a little bit of push, a little bit of nudge. How often that happens, you think you should have got a free kick, you don't get one, corner kick against. Let's hope nothing untoward happens here for Scotland.
Scotland have got a switch on. Runners in the middle, corner's taken short to Shaqiri, plays it back to the corner of the box. Now that cross comes in, headed away by Hanley, straight down the middle of the pitch, controlled by Xhaka. Good run being made by Vargas in behind the Scotland defence, but Xhaka went sideways to Rodriguez. Wide it goes to Shaqiri, back to Ricardo Rodriguez. Now plays his club football at Torino, former AC Milan man, one of the centurions in this Swiss team, along with Shaqiri and Xhaka. Ball played forward into midfield for Xhaka, bit of space for him to work with. Lovely ball to the right hand side to Fabian Schär in the attack. Cross took a slight deflection, goes deep, away to the left hand side of the box. Shot comes in straight at Angus Gunn and comfortably saved from the right foot of Vargas.
Yeah, it's gone straight to him, but it's come through a lot of bodies there, bouncing, bobbling, and he's kept an eye on it, and he stayed down a little bit there, and I think that's because he feels quite comfortable that he's got it clean. He's coming across a few players. A lot of players, goalkeepers have just flicked out. By the way, what about that noise?
Yeah, Scotland. Well, that's right, but that's Flower of Scotland. I think the Scotland fans have sensed that their team need them right at this moment. Swiss fans try to respond with a thunderclap away to our right in that bright cherry red. Couldn't hear that at all. Scottish fans singing loud and proud here in Cologne. 11 minutes gone in the second half. Still 1-1. Another chorus strikes up with the national anthem, and it's out for a throw to Scotland on the right.
Oddly enough, it was a piper that started that. And remember, you're not supposed to be able to bring musical instruments into football matches. You need special dispensation. But apparently the pipes have got them.
Here's McGregor. Back to Hanley. Scotland on the ball inside their own half. Swiss manager Murat Yakin, who's got the Hollywood looks. Tall man as Tierney plays back to Gunn. Gunn controls the ball well, but Tierney was shoved over there by Ndoye. So that will be a free kick to Scotland in their left back position inside their own half. He's got long hair, Murat Yakin, greying but dark at the back. He's got a bit of Mads Mikkelsen about him. I don't know if you know Mads Mikkelsen, the Danish actor who played Le Chiffre in Casino Royale. I think he looks a bit like him.
He's not a bad looking lad.
No,
I'll grant you that.
And he's got the sort of giant Clark Kent glasses from the early Superman films that Christopher Reeve wore as well, but he carries them off extremely well. McGinn on the turn, wide on the left hand side, and he's won a throw in for Scotland.
But you're absolutely right, that's why Scotland fans started singing there and get behind them, because there was a 6-7 minute period there. They couldn't go on the ball, weren't able to control any part of the midfield. A little bit of tactical change there from the Swiss. Scotland haven't really reacted to it yet, not getting any concept of on the ball and getting forward.
Oh, and Ndoye has turned well, edge of the box, chance for Switzerland, he's shot wide. Gunn came out quickly to narrow down the angle, and the Scotland defender, is it Tierney's in trouble, down on the floor, and I think that's the end of his game.
Tierney's been injured enough times in his career to know when it's got a bad one, and his hamstrings absolutely gone there.
It's a massive blow for Scotland, another one. I mean, good news for them. That ball didn't end up in the back of the net, and Ndoye's turn on the edge of the box. Gunn was so quickly off his line. Lyndon Dykes to lose Kieran here, to lose Kieran Tierney will be a big blow.
Yeah, not looking well for Kieran. Hopefully he's all right there, but I think that actually comes off Gunny. It's a great save from the keeper there. But yeah, Kieran's looking a bit of a trouble here. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah, it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good at the moment, and Scotland have had injury problems at the back. Obviously they're missing Lyndon up front, but Aaron Hickey, Nathan Patterson both missing in the right back position. Kieran Tierney is down injured, the stretcher is coming on. A couple of the players there, Lyndon, have gone over and had a word with the manager Steve Clarke. It's an obvious time to do it. In terms of in-game management from Steve, what's he like? I mean, he probably can't hear too much actually during the game. It's only in these breaks where you could go over and get a little bit of tactical information. What's he like?
Yeah, I mean, you can see him speaking to John Carver there. They'll be thinking about what's the plan going forward here. Obviously Kieran is coming off, so they're going to be making plans what they want to do, how they want to change it. Obviously it's going to be interesting to see, because it's been quite a battle between Ndoye and Kieran in the back there, and obviously Tierney's got the pace to keep up with him, and you can see at the end there he definitely does something.
Yeah, his foot sort of jars into the turf as he chases with Ndoye.
I think it gone just before the jar.
Right.
I think it had, and that's why it jarred, because he had to straighten out his foot.
Yeah, and it looks like he may have actually kind of hyperextended his knee there when he's after, like you said, and then obviously. Well, hopefully it's not too bad.
Yeah.
And Kieran's all right.
Yeah, he's a player who's had a few injury problems. Didn't manage a full season last season on loan to Real Sociedad from Arsenal. Absolutely crucial to Scotland, though, and a very sad sight to see him being taken off on a stretcher here in this second half. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. So Scott McKenna will come on, Pat, and play in that left-sided centre-back position.
Yeah, we've got 3 centre-backs anyway, but the thing about Kieran, he gave you that pace. He was covering really well. He was reading the play. I just mentioned earlier on, his pace looked as good as it has done at any point in his career. A few times Ndoye tried to go up, and he just was getting no change whatsoever. So just when he's looking at his best again, Kieran, he's just had the most terrible luck with injuries through his whole career.
He's, as you'd expect, but down below us now, disappearing down the tunnel, and we cannot see his face. His hands are covering his face, and you know he will be absolutely devastated for that to have happened right here in a game as important as this one. Scotland have got to keep fighting. Half an hour to play, still very much involved in Euro 2024. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. A point here tonight is no bad thing. Last game against Hungary, if they could win that one in Stuttgart, 4 points would well be enough, should be enough.
Yeah, well, big difference to the game now. Shaqiri coming off, he's not really wasn't going beyond teams, right? He's only sprint by you. You bring him Bolo on now.
Yes.
That changes everything now. Scotland got a lot of other worries and concerns now. But then again, you've got 3 centre-backs on. There's a little bit more power if you get a free kick or a corner to attack.
Yeah, Breland Bolo came on in the first game against Hungary and scored a goal. He's one actually a bit like Tierney, who's had a load of injury problems as well. Only came back towards the end of the season for Monaco, but yes, offers a very different threat through the middle for Switzerland. So, Scotland 1, Switzerland 1, 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Don't forget to subscribe and listen to the Football Daily podcast on Sounds throughout the Euros, debate and reaction, plus the interviews from inside the England and Scotland camps. Here is Embolo, rolls the pass to Freuler. His ball down the right-hand touchline is cut out by Andy Robertson, and it goes out for a throw to Switzerland.
I wonder if it crossed Stevie Clark's mind just for a moment. You know, don't bring on a centre half. Just say Robbo, right, left back, not left wing back. Just go to 4. I think that may happen as the game goes on, and certainly Scotland lost a goal, we would be tempted to do that.
Vidmar's ball forward. McKenna gets a first touch, an important one to make an interception. Gilmour plays it back to Hendry. Hendry takes his time to release the pass. Ralston under pressure. Vargas blocks that pass down the right. Scotland get a throw.
Never gets a second Ralston, does he? Every time the ball's played to him throughout this competition, he's got a player right beside him, giving him no space at all.
Angus Gunn gives the ball a good clatter with his right foot for Scotland. Headed forward by Rodriguez, headed away by Hanley, and out for another throw to Switzerland on the left. Haven't been many draws in the tournament so far. 14 games played. We saw Slovenia 1, Denmark 1, Croatia 2, Albania 2 with a late Albania equaliser today. This one is level pegging at the moment. Long ball from Cher, launched into the night sky. Fantastic diagonal ball as well. You see Switzerland attacking down the left-hand side. Double step over here. Shot! Goes flashing across the Scotland goal. And behind for the goal kick, it was Vargas again.
Really surprised at that point in time. Ralston's gone out there, but he's so isolated. One of the 3 centre-backs, the right-hand side one's going to have to go and give him a little bit of help. Now and again, isolated him. I'm thinking of as a wide player, a winger, a wide attacking player. That's what you want. You want to isolate the fullback. And I think he's feeling the pace a wee bit. Anthony Ralston just pulling his leg there, a wee bit of cramp.
Noise inside the stadium is absolutely unrelenting. Angus Gunn, Scotland's goalkeeper, really important save from him actually in the first half from Dan Ndoye. Sharp chance, got down well to his left to palm it behind for the corner. Here is Ndoye, plays it to Vidmar. Vidmar's inside his own half for Switzerland. McGregor comes across to cover the danger for Scotland. Wide it comes to Vidmar again. Robertson up there as well, putting the pressure on. Scotland go chasing this ball inside the Swiss half. McGregor intercepts the ball forward with a header. It falls to Gilmour, chests it down, brings it forward. Gilmour unleashes the shot. It hits Akanji's back and spins away for a throw to Scotland.
Well, he didn't score many goals, Billy Gilmour there, but he didn't think twice there, did he? Caught it very well. He was hammering towards the goal.
never scored in his club career, has won for Scotland at the end of last year in the friendly defeat against France. The ball is nicked out of play by Vargas for another Scotland throw on the right-hand side. 1-1. It really does. I mean, we've been saying it really does feel this could go either way, doesn't it?
It absolutely
really
could.
does.
I mean, at this point in time, well, we'll wait for a moment.
McTominay caught, edge of the penalty area. Akanji was right behind him. McTominay turned, Akanji blocked him, and Scotland have a free kick wide on the right.
It was actually before I could get the words out. We need a little bit more from Scott and John McGinn in this second half. They, again, struggling to get on the ball, but when it's come up there, he's held it well. That is really clever. Rolled the defender, and he's only about half a foot outside the penalty box. We were never going to get a penalty for that one, Scotland. However, it is a free kick in a good position.
Key moment in the game here, and the free kick is just outside the penalty area. McTominay stands over the ball. It's just slightly further out than the length of the penalty spot. McTominay's moved away now, which means there's an added threat inside the penalty box for Scotland to attack the set piece, and Andy Robertson, the skipper, is going to take the free kick. Can they get themselves ahead again in front of those thousands of Scotland fans desperate for this ball to end up in the back of the net? Robertson takes his time over the delivery, waits for the referee's whistle. 6-7 dark blue Scottish shirts inside the penalty area. Robertson's delivery, in it comes. Oh, it's headed against the post. Ball's loose, pinging around, and Sommer is able to clear it away. So near, but yet so far for Scotland. Grant Hanley was it with the header that struck the base of the post. He met it so well. Just a couple of inches to the right in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant ball in there. It was zipped in there. It was headed perfectly. They were never stopping that. It could have bounced out to anyone at all, but it just didn't get to a blue shot that we could get on to the end of it. That is the closest we've come to a goal, apart from the 2 goals that have been scored, and it's been Scotland.
Coming up to 22 minutes played, second half. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Again, Scotland cannot afford to lose, but a win will put them in a really strong position going into the final group game against Hungary. Ralston goes sliding in inside the Swiss half. Half wins the ball. Played back though by Switzerland to Rodriguez. McTominay's got the bit between his teeth, closes it down as Sommer clears up to the halfway line. Hanley chests it down. Good moments these for Scotland. McGregor, pass forward, is intercepted. Now this could be dangerous for Scotland. Gilmour's got to try and stop this as Cher brings it forward. Mbolo went down off the ball. The referee spotted it, and that is going to be the free kick for Switzerland and a yellow card for Scott McKenna. Lyndon Dykes, just to go back to the Scotland set pieces, we were obviously mentioning him in the first game as well. Austin McPhee plays a massive part in those, doesn't he, for Scotland?
Yeah, it's something that we work on quite a lot, and Big Grant is so unfortunate there. I've got Granny all day long. When the ball's coming into him, you see the size of him, the strength of him. I think it's Cher up against him. He just bullies him off there, and just so unfortunate. Even the rebounds, just to go anywhere. Swiss got lucky there, I think.
Yeah, they did. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Granit Xhaka, low pass out to the left-hand side. Vargas thinks about a little trick to beat Ralston, plays it back to Rodriguez. He in turn returns it to Vargas. Rodriguez again, back to Vargas, trying to work the space on the left-hand side. Strong challenge comes in, which wins the ball from Ralston.
Great moment, by the way, for Ralston. Brilliant moment for him, because it's a 50-50 there, and he wants to make a statement. I keep on saying it, look, he's going to get some stick from Lockfield because it was his pass that left to the Shaqiri goal, and he's been put under a lot of pressure. He has never bowed for a second in this game, and that's a great moment for him.
Here comes Switzerland again. Mbolo, just outside the Scotland penalty area on the left, worked to wide left, looking for Mbolo again. Hendry's got this covered. Clears off balance, tumbling back towards the byline. Shay Adams did brilliantly for Scotland there to win that ball, hold on to it. Unfortunately, the next pass has been knocked out of play. Throwing for Switzerland on the left.
You just wonder about some of the players that are getting a little bit tired now. John McGinn's getting a wee bit tired, and he's such a talisman for the team as well. But you've got players like Christie there and Armstrong you can bring on. It might be a temptation.
Oh, here comes John McGinn. Sensed an opportunity to get onto the ball. Has it for Scotland inside the Swiss half. Plays it infield to Robertson. Lovely first touch from Gilmour. That wasn't easy to control. Slides his pass to the right-hand side. Ralston looking to get the cross in, blocked, and behind for a Scotland corner. Good game this at the moment.
Better, much better. Just lifted it a little bit. Oddly enough, it's from when the Scotland fans started singing.
Yeah.
They've just lifted it a little bit. And we do say it sounds like a cliche, we need the fans. well the players have reacted to it. It's been brilliant.
Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Lines open for 606. Number to dial 08085 909 693. Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage want to take your calls after this game. Are the Scotland fans going to be celebrating a famous Scotland win? Corner for them. Robertson's delivery into the near post, volleyed away by Freuler. Ralston will chase against Embolo. Ralston on the half volley, gets plenty on it and knocks it straight out of play for a throw into Switzerland in their left back position.
A wee bit disappointing the corner. We mentioned the fact that Tierney's gone off, but McKenna's come on. We've got an extra really tall lad there, and well, I've got a centre forward to my left here who's probably thinking, get it in, you can attack it, you want to attack it.
Throw in then for Switzerland from deep. Rodriguez launches that into the middle of the field. McGinn senses a chance to win it again. Beats Freuler to the ball. It runs away to the right. Oh, McGinn's looking for another one. Scher was there first, cleared. McGinn, his momentum sort of took him into Scher, but he didn't really barge into him. And McGinn is going to get booked here, but he's gone down on the floor in mock disgust, hands over his face. He cannot believe he's getting a yellow card for that. What do you reckon, Lyndon Dykes?
Yeah, I think it was unfortunate. You can't really stop. He's put his leg out, and it's unfortunate there. I think McGinn's. You can't stop in that momentum that he's running in with. You can see why he's gave the yellow card, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's either 50-50. He's going to give a yellow. He's not going to give a yellow.
Well, McGinn and Fabian Scher, there was just a little bit of afters there between the Villa man and the Newcastle man, and Fabian Scher has been marched back a few yards by the referee to take the free kick, possibly slightly rattled. He's sliced it out of play for a throw into Scotland in the left back position. Pat, we're into the last 20 minutes of a crunch game for Scotland here.
It kind of has zoomed by the second half, isn't it? I have to say, when Scotland were 1-up, it was dragging by from there. We almost wanted to get the end in, but because it's been a good game in the second half, not a huge amount of chances, but the tension's been good. You know, there've been good passing movements from Scotland, under the cosh for 10 minutes, but then come right back into it all. And of course, it all helps when you get this fabulous atmosphere in here. You just feel there is a twist.
Yeah.
At least one twist that's on the go yet.
Yeah, and Scotland fans, of course, desperately hoping that it goes their way this time. 6 wins in their history at major international tournaments. They beat Zaire in 74, the Netherlands famously in 78, New Zealand at the World Cup in 82, Sweden in 1990. Pat was on the pitch when they beat the CIS, formerly the Soviet Union, in 1992, and the last one, Ali McCoy's 25-yard screamer at Villa Park at Euro 96 against this nation, Switzerland. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. John McGinn is loving the battle out there. He's won Scotland a free kick. He's just making it really awkward to defend against him, and Vidmar is penalised this time.
I don't think Vidmar's very pleased with him. He got a little bit of tap on the chest there from John McGinn, as if to say, yeah, I fell for that one again.
Right.
He's so hard to play against.
Free kick, Scotland. This one comes a good 40 yards from goal. Austin McPhee steps out, very recognisable with the long hair, bouncing off the shoulders. Had a word with Robertson. Robertson's delivery comes in. The header is high and over the bar from McKenna and goes behind for the Switzerland goal kick. 17 minutes plus added time remaining. 1-1.
Yeah, a couple of changes coming up from the Swiss there, which almost tells you, there is a bit of tiredness coming in the Swiss team as well. Obviously they'd like to win the game, but the question whether they really are going to go out, all out, take chances, or just try and see it out. We shall see.
Yeah, Fabian Rieder will be coming on, but first it is Vincent Sierro, central midfielder who plays for Toulouse. He will replace Remo Freuler in Switzerland's central midfield, and Fabian Rieder is the 22-year-old who people might remember playing for Young Boys against Manchester United in the Champions League a few years ago and scoring at Old Trafford in a 1-1 draw. Freuler's it's Vargas who's coming off first here, beg your pardon. So Vargas is replaced. Fabian Rieder comes on for him, and Sierro on the field as well. And we've got a team meeting from some of the Swiss players. Granit Xhaka just calling Fabian Scher, Jan Sommer, Manuel Akanji together there, having a quick word before the Switzerland goal kick. 15 dramatic minutes or more on the way here. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Huge 15 minutes or so for Scotland and their hopes here at Euro 2024. Xhaka on the ball in central midfield, holds off Adams, brilliant reception by McKenna. McKenna continues the run. Scotland have won a corner, left-footed cross blocked by Xhaka, and listen to that noise once more.
Well, it's because Scotland are going into their fans down there who are getting more and more excited. The last 5 or 10 minutes, much better for the Scots, camping down there beside the supporters, but this time the cross, it has to beat the first defender so that those big lads can go and attack it. Hanley's almost scored already, give them something to go for.
Can Scotland find themselves a magic moment? McTominay's delivery towards Adams, hooks it back into the penalty area, tapped by Gilmour, jumps up, goes down holding his space. Referee had a good view of that. Gilmour's down. Referee happy for this to continue. McTominay plays it back to McGregor. McGregor a little isolated on the left-hand side, tackled by Ndoye, and Gilmour's back on his feet. It's going to be a throw-in for Scotland.
It was a hard one, it was a tough one he took. But certainly he's got up again. He's not badly injured, so he's got up again. His teammate telling him, get on, get up. We want the momentum to keep going here.
15 minutes remaining in the game. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. McGinn on the turn, looking to try and win a corner. Knocked it into the legs of the defender. It didn't go behind. There's a foul there by McKenna on Breel Embolo, who knew what he was doing as the centre forward. Frustration for Scotland. Free kick for Switzerland. Germany already through in the group. They beat Hungary by 2-0. If this is a draw, Switzerland will be on 4 points and Scotland will be on 1 point. Switzerland have to play Germany, Scotland play Hungary in the final group games on Sunday. Don't miss that. Commentary on Scotland against Hungary from Stuttgart, live on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, but obviously we'll keep you updated on everything going on in the other game as well. Akanji plays Xhaka possibly into trouble edge of the box, feeds it back to his goalkeeper Sommer, chased hard by Che Adams, has put a massive shift in for Scotland up front. Switzerland have it, ball played back into midfield, left-footed ball from Xhaka. Infield it comes now to the substitute Sierro, back to Akanji. Akanji in a central position inside his own half. McTominay just stands off him. Akanji curls the ball past him, and Rodriguez has a bit of space to work with for Switzerland here. Drives it forward 30 or 40 yards up to the corner of the Scottish penalty area. Playing back to Aebischer. Aebischer in a more central position there. Rodriguez gives it to Aebischer. It's played out to the left-hand side. Ralston's got to try and be careful here. Shot comes in, fizzing over the crossbar and behind. It goes for the goal kick.
Again, not getting a lot of help out there. The player who tried to go and help him, but was Billy Gilmour, who is now really struggling. Didn't play in the first game there, and I think there's a little bit of cramp in the back of his right foot, and that's the last thing Scotland need just now, is Billy Gilmour's control to be taken out of the game, but that's what you have substitutes for.
Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. I was just mentioning the job that Che Adams has been doing up top for Scotland there, Lyndon, which is a job you have done plenty. Put a real shift in tonight, hasn't he, Che?
Yeah, definitely. He's working very hard for the team. Kind of on the left side for Swiss with John on the right, but he's tirelessly running around trying to hold the ball up and get boys into play. So yeah, good work from him.
Lyndon would absolutely love to be out there. Unfortunately injured just before this tournament began, having played a massive part in getting Scotland to this Euros. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. 12 minutes plus added time remaining, and don't forget England-Denmark tomorrow. 5 o'clock kickoff UK time. BBC One, the game is also on, but you can sync up with the 5 Live commentary via the iPlayer and have the best of both worlds.
And I wonder if Scotland have made the change. It's obviously a lot of tired players out there, but is it Gilmour? I think it is Gilmour that's coming on for McLean.
Yeah, Billy Gilmour has done his job for Scotland tonight. He's going to have a fantastic moment here actually, because he's gone off on the far side of the field to where the dugouts are, and obviously very sensibly he's going to take that walk right in front of the Tartan Army, massed in that 2-tiered stand away to our left, and he will get a rapturous reception as he does that, if the Scotland fans can bear to take their eyes off this gripping game. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. McTominay's deflected strike in the first half has gone down as a Fabian Schär own goal. Xherdan Shaqiri's wonderful curling effort gave Angus Gunn no chance. Unfortunately, after Anthony Ralston had played the ball blind, gave it to Shaqiri, but he still took the chance quite brilliantly. Switzerland on the ball, in the bright white shirts, dark night sky above us in Cologne. Here's Fabian Rieder, the 22-year-old for Switzerland, in the inside right channel, looking for the run of Mbolo, and Mbolo was never going to get to that ball, and it rolls behind for a goal kick. McKenna and Mbolo both ending up on the floor.
Yeah, just interesting to see quite a few times when the centre backs go for it. I mean, nothing annoys a striker or attacker than get the centre back getting in front and then just going to ground. It's happened a few times in this game, and the referee's not always buying it, is he? A few times he's let it go, and I'll admit my heart's slightly in my mouth each time that happens. But at the moment, Scotland have to slightly regroup. A couple of changes that have had to be made in this game. You wouldn't have wanted Tierney off, you wouldn't have wanted Gilmore off, but the players that have come on, they know the jobs. The system hasn't changed, they know what they've got to do.
Crucial moments towards the end of this game. As I said in the first half, Switzerland are a tournament tough team. Not been beaten that often recently in group stages. John McGinn thought about a pile driver from 25 yards out, runs with the ball, plays it to Robertson, cross comes in just beyond McTominay, gets up, glances the header behind him. Ralston gets the ball back in. Oh, McTominay hit it so well, might get another go. Right-footed volley, another go maybe McTominay. Still loose inside the box. Adams trying to turn here for Scotland and plays it back sensibly to Hendry. Cross comes in to the far post, headed away by Vidmer. The first volley that McTominay struck, I don't know who that hit. That was a fabulous shot, and I'm not sure Sommer would have been able to stop it.
I don't know who it hit. I also don't know how he's still standing, because he leathered that. He nailed it. Oh, that was just pure bad luck again for Scotland. He caught it perfectly. Just looking at McTominay, I think he's injured himself slightly doing that. He's hardly moved since he hit that shot. But once again, the ball drops down and it just doesn't come. Yep, potential penalty check. I have to say, I didn't see it, and it was lashed at him so quickly. But if it's on target and it's hit a hand,
check over.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No, check over. No penalty for Scotland. Great effort from McTominay last 10 minutes of the game. Scotland have given the ball away. They cannot let it slip now. Reeder's ball through the middle. Mbolo, the flag stays down. This is trouble for Scotland. Mbolo, oh, what a finish. He's dinked it over Angus Gunn. It doesn't count. The Swiss fans go bonkers away to our right. The celebrations are cut short. There's beer flying everywhere, and the Scotland fans are having a right old laugh away to our left. It will be checked by the video assistant referee. He looked well offside, Pat.
He looked well offside, but how many times have we thought that in the past? Somebody looks offside and it's very close. We'll watch that again in a replay here, and it does look, well, about half a yard. You know, there's not daylight between them, but it looks offside.
Tell you what, dramatic finish. The McTominay volley blocked, and Mbolo caught offside. As you've been saying, Pat, it does feel like there's a twist here. It does feel like something's coming, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, Scotland must be proud of themselves. The work rate, the effort's been fantastic. The game plan's worked exactly the way you want it to work. The opportunities have come. Waited and pushed and put the ball in there when they had to. The opportunities have come. He's just been so unlucky.
The point keeps them very much in the tournament for Scotland. Scotland won, Switzerland won. Switzerland have only lost 2 of their last 14 games at major tournaments. That shows you how solid they are, how good they are, particularly in the group stages. Qualified for the knockout stages at the last 5 major tournaments. The only other European team to do that across World Cups and Euros is France. Here's Ndoye, left-hand side for Switzerland. Again, danger for Scotland. Skill from Ndoye, down to the byline, cut back. McGregor's there to intercept. Clearance doesn't go that far. A couple of dummies on the cross, then the pass is beyond Ndoye and goes behind for the Scotland goal kick.
There's a bit of relief there, I'll admit. Just that break that the Swiss had, that's coming to that point in the game. You think if anyone scores, it may well be the deciding factor there, but again, in that defensive area, Scotland they've been really strong. We're just seeing this shot again. It was off the head of one of those defenders. The way McTominay caught that there, the first one, was absolutely brilliant. The handball that we're looking at, absolutely no chance.
No, Sierro jumps trying to block the McTominay shot, and his left arm is tucked in tight to his body, and it sort of comes off that elbow. McLean trying to bring it forward for Scotland. He's now on for Billy Gilmore, of course. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Free kick goes against Scotland inside the Swiss half. 6 minutes plus added time remaining. Still 1-1. Switzerland have taken their free kick, and here's a Kanji curling ball for Mbolo to chase again. Gunn in a great position, starting position for Scotland, gets there first, clears it with his left foot, might fall for McGinn. McGinn leaps, couldn't do anything with the header, and Fabian Schär brings it away. McGinn fancies a bit of Fabian Schär there, chases him. McKenna's got onto that ball for Scotland, plays it back to his goalkeeper Gunn. Reader comes sprinting towards him. Gunn is able to clear in time, doesn't get masses on that, headed forward by Ralston. Adams does well, brings the ball under control, then he's tripped by Rodriguez, who sort of trod on his heel. Referee's happy to play an advantage. Scotland wants Che Adams back on his feet and back up the middle of the pitch. Adams is on his feet, but he's on the ball on the centre spot here. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1, and then the referee stopped the game as Adams has been caught again, and there's a yellow card this time for Vincent Sierra. 5 minutes remaining. Switzerland about to make a couple of substitutes. Pat Nevin alongside me in the commentary box, as he has been for so many years for 5 Live at these major tournaments, and Lyndon Dykes as well, Scotland centre forward, is here. Lyndon, how are the nerves?
Oh, stressful up here, isn't it? It's stressful. The boys are doing well. I think the game's been a bit crazy, to be honest, back and forth, but we just have to make sure we lock the ship up. They've had a couple chances and put them in the back of the net, but it's been close, so we have to make sure we're on it all the way until the end.
Leonidas Sturgiu of Stuttgart comes on in the right back position for Switzerland. And the other change sees Burnley's Zeki Amdouni on the field as well, who's got a bit of quality about him, so Scotland will be well aware of the danger he possesses. Scotland fans strike up again inside this stadium in Cologne. As Scotland come forward with McGinn. That looks like a good ball into the box. Glancing header away. Ralston is there. He's got support on the corner of the penalty area. McLean, left-footed, bobbly one straight at Sommer, and it's very easy for the Swiss keeper to deal with. Pat Nevin.
Yeah, I know, a bit of a shame there. It's one of those ones you want to zip it to the back post with a little bit of height. We've got enough players in there. McTominay just constantly in there. He's almost an out-and-out centre forward most of the time now. Yeah, he's playing as kind of false one, but he's getting in there so often. And Scotland do look very dangerous when they getting into those wide areas.
And Bolo deep for Switzerland starts a move here. Xhaka's on the ball, plays it through the middle. Switzerland still bringing that forward, but intercepted by Robertson. Zamdouni trying to get his first touch, trying to break into the Scotland penalty area. Gunn clears, headed forward by Sierra, intercepted by McGregor. McGinn loses it to Cher on the halfway line, wanted a free kick. Cher is tackled. 3 minutes plus added time remaining. Great drama here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. More drama coming your way tomorrow as well. England, Denmark. Middle of the 3 commentaries, kicks off at 5 o'clock. Make sure you're here with John Murray, Matt Upson, Connor Cody, part of the team as well. 8 o'clock tomorrow night on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. We've got Spain, Italy. Switzerland have it with Akanji. Akanji's at walking pace inside his own half, and Bolo has dropped deep in between the Scottish defence and Scottish midfield. It comes across to Cher. Switzerland, as you said, Pat, in the better position really, in the sense they've got to win in the group, so the draw suits them okay.
Yeah, they're not over pushing it, but then just for a moment there, they had 5 attackers, up the field there when they were trying to play. So they would love to win this game as well and put themselves in a great position. But for Scotland, I will admit I'm slightly disappointed at the moment, because there's a couple of chances that we had in the second half. But you say before the game you'd have taken a point, and it's getting to that stage now. Do you settle or do you keep going?
Lawrence Shankland and Ryan Christie waiting to come on for Scotland very late in this game. We're into the 89th minute. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Scotland having taken the lead, pegged back with Shaqiri's stunner. Ball forward inside the Scottish half. Robertson's got to get there first. He's conceded the free kick. Came chasing in for the ball, caught the man. Switzerland have a free kick in the inside right channel, about 30 yards out.
That's a really difficult one there. He's definitely going for it. I mean, he's absolutely missed the player as well, but he also missed the ball. It's a very dangerous position, and this is the point where I'm delighted Shaqiri isn't on the pitch, because he's not bad from here.
Yes, exactly. Inside right channel, it was Reader who was fouled, and it's Reader who's placing the ball for the free kick. Experienced head of Manuel Akanji comes across to have a word with the 22-year-old. Ticking over into the 90th minute of the game. Close up shot of the face of a Scotland fan, and she cannot bear to watch, and I don't blame her either. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. At the moment, Scotland got a hold out here. Added time on the way. Reader's left-footed delivery towards the far post is good, and the header is down and wide. What a chance for Switzerland to win the game late on. Zeki Amdouni had a clear sight of goal, and he's nodded it wide.
Do you know what? It's a brilliant ball, an absolutely phenomenal ball. I wonder if he would have been offside. Maybe, maybe not. But Scotland have been here so many times last minute, things that have kind of just gone wrong for us. In that case, we've slightly got away with one, I would suggest.
Right, Scotland substitutes coming here. John McGinn is coming off. Lawrence Shankland is coming on. Ryan Christie is coming on. Just waiting to see who the other Scottish player to come off
Got to be Adams. It's got to be Adams, surely. What? By the way, what a shift.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk to a man who knows about these things.
Yeah, that's right. I was just going to say, Lyndon Dykes still watching this game with us. I mean, Lyndon, if it does finish 1-1, taking a point into the final group game against Hungary, knowing that a win should be enough to get through to the last 16, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. We're still in it, you know what I mean? We've got one more game, we can still get the points. It's not over yet now. We have to make sure we stop giving the Swiss these chances, because the next one we might not get so lucky.
4 minutes of added time has started now. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Can Scotland create a chance late in this game and send the Tartan Army wild? Robertson's swinging cross from deep into the Swiss penalty area and out again, but Ralston is there on the right hand side. Ralston going to have a little run, dart to the byline, cross into the near post. Xhaka stoops and heads it away, falls to the edge of the box. McLean fizzes a pass here into the feet of Christie, lays it back to McGregor. McGregor trying to work the space, clever cross. Robertson heads it across goal. Oh, it's a chance. Akanji's there, gets a foot on it, knocks it straight up in the air. Switzerland struggling to get it away. Good hit from McGregor, lot of power, but gets underneath it. Over the bar it goes. I thought that was going to be the moment, Pat.
One of the best moves of the game from either team. Brilliantly played there. Over the back to, obviously Robertson always goes in there. He puts it into the perfect position. You've got to see, I think it is Akanji there. Brilliant defending. I mean, absolutely world class. Not just European class defending there. And he knows he's going to have a player. Shankland will always get into that position. He was ready for the tap in. Shankland was not ready for the man who got in front of him, Akanji.
Akanji, yeah. McTominay was in there as well, looking to get a touch on that. Scotland have headed the ball into the Switzerland half. A minute and a half of added time has gone. 2.5 minutes to go. As Lyndon Dykes has just been saying, Scotland got to stay switched on at the back, but they have just managed to create that chance. At the moment, they're playing the ball back to their goalkeeper, Angus Gunn. Gunn's off balance, unfortunately has sliced that out straight to the stands for a throw into Switzerland on the left, on the halfway line. 2 minutes to play. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1.
Again, underline that Ralston getting to that back post there. When that ball was played in from the left hand side, Ralston had made all that ground up. He was the furthest forward player in that Scotland team. He has had some energy in this game.
Jan Sommer passes the ball out, the Swiss keeper, to Fabian Schär on the right. Sierro inside his own half to Schär. Less than 2 minutes to play here. 1-1. Keep Scotland in the tournament. They know a win against Hungary would give them 4 points, and at the last couple of Euros, if you get yourself 4 points, that has got you through to the last 16 at the very least as one of the best third placed teams. The ball is with Akanji. Akanji across to Schär. Just over a minute remaining. Schär's ball driven upfield, headed forward by Amdouni. And Bolo, but Gunn is there, and Bolo was trying to race onto it. Gunn, I thought, hesitated for a second but got out in time to grab the ball.
I think he slipped. That was the problem. He was coming out and then he slipped a little bit, and just that horrible moment you thought, oh no, not that sort of thing. But once again, got the right thing, got on the end of it, and so far Scotland are deserving of this point, if that's all they get.
Shankland getting involved, winning the ball for Scotland. Wide it goes to Andy Robertson. Robertson just ran the ball just a bit too far there into Sturgeon, but he has won a throw in on the left for Scotland. Steve Clarke put word in the captain's ear. Robertson desperately waving players into space. Last minute, last chance for Scotland to get themselves potentially a famous win. But a point will do. They'll happily take that into the final game against Hungary on Sunday. Scott McKenna's going to drive a ball in from deep, and I tell you what, Ralston's in space here on the right hand side. Ralston's cross comes into the far post. Christie jumps, headed away. McLean controls it, ball spins up on him, lobs it up in the air, looking for Robertson on the left. Robertson underneath this nods it down, and there's Christie. The ball hit his left arm there, referee didn't see it. Robertson curls that cross into the near post, headed away by Schär, falls in front of Reeder. Scotland will not let Switzerland get out here at the moment. Time is running out in this game. 4 minutes of added time are up, and that's that. The drama is brought to an end in Cologne. Scotland are still very much in this tournament. Against a tournament tough team in Switzerland, they took the lead through Scott McTominay's deflected strike. They gave Xherdan Shaqiri a chance that he was never going to refuse. A fabulous equaliser from the left boot of Shaqiri, and then it really toed and froed in the second half. Both teams will feel they possibly could have won it, One great late chance created by Scotland was hacked away by Manuel Akanji. But in terms of the difference, Pat, the feeling, the performance, the energy, everything we've seen from Scotland in this second game, day and night, from what we saw in Munich 5 days ago.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm not hugely surprised by that. That wasn't a Scotland performance against the Germans. Everything that could go wrong for them went wrong, and players just didn't turn up. They weren't at their best. However, that's not the way Scotland have been under Stevie Clarke when we've been trying to get into these finals, and that's real Scotland turning up today.
Last quick word from Lyndon Dykes. Lyndon, thank you for joining us for the commentary. I know probably quite hard actually watching it up here when you really should be out there playing. What did you make of Scotland tonight?
I mean, what a game. I think it had a bit of everything, but credit to the boys, they played really well. Strong attacking, strong defending. There was chances both ends, a little bit of luck with the VAR on our side. They had a little bit of luck with Hanley hitting the post. But all in all, I think it was a top performance, top game. I see why all managers lose their hair, because I'm up here stressing. But yeah, thanks for having me, and it was really enjoyable.
You're very welcome, Lyndon. Both players, sets of players exhausted out on the field, go to receive the adulation from the brilliant fans inside this stadium. Top game, top night, top atmosphere, and Scotland still in with a shout here. Group A, Germany are through. They've won 2 out of 2. They're top on 6 points. Switzerland on 4, having drawn tonight. Scotland on 1 and Hungary on none. If Scotland can beat Hungary in Stuttgart on Sunday night, they could very well become the first Scottish team to make it out of the group stages at a major international tournament. It's finished here in Cologne. Scotland 1, Switzerland 1.